Welcome, wrestling fans, to Tim Reynolds Show's WWE show review. Make sure you hit that like button as I'm reviewing the Monday Night Raw from Hershey, Pennsylvania on October 28th, 2024. And we would see this Monday Night Raw kicked off with main event Jey Uso, who will come out to the ring through the crowd to address the WWE Universe after the things that have transpired since last Monday Night Raw and on Friday Night SmackDown, when we see last week that Jey Uso lost his Intercontinental Championship because of the involvement of Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline and the attack from Jacob Fatu. So Jey would return the favor and cost the Bloodline their WWE Tag Team titles on Friday Night SmackDown, helping out his brother Jimmy and cousin Roman. And he would come out and say he knows the only person that he wants to talk to right now, and he knows who he is. And we would see Jimmy Uso show up on Monday Night Raw here to talk to his brother Jey and thank him for helping out him and Roman on Friday night to help deal with Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline, saying that we need your help, Jey. You have to come join us and help out the family. So we got to prove to them that we are the ones. But Jey would say, but we're not the ones, Jimmy. And we would see Jey lay down some ground rules saying that he became Intercontinental Championship and he left to go on his own to do his own thing because he had to. But what's more important to him than any of that, than the Intercontinental Championship, is also being his brother. That is what's most important to Jey. And we would see these two hug it out, and Jimmy would ask Jey if he would go on Friday Night SmackDown to squash beef with Roman to talk things out, after Jey laid down some ground rules saying, hey, if we're going to do this, we're going to be our own men and do it our own way, not being bossed around, not being barked out orders or nothing. And of course, these two would agree. And what a way to kick off Monday Night Raw is we'll have to see on Friday Night SmackDown if Jey will go and squash the beef with Roman. But we would see, of course, the Bloodline would show up and attack Jimmy and Jey, beating them down in the middle of the ring. But Jimmy and Jey would attack right back as they were able to counter and were able to beat down the Bloodline and make a huge statement. And of course, security and general manager Adam Pearce is trying to get all of the Bloodline guys out of the ring after they got beat down by Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa was not happy whatsoever as these guys were escorted from the ring, and general manager Adam Pearce would be seen backstage pissed off, calling general manager Nick Aldis of SmackDown, telling him to get control of his roster. And then he would be joined by none other than the Judgment Day members, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Carlito, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who's actually wondering who his opponent will be later on in the evening, as he has a match that could possibly help him set up to be a contender for the World Heavyweight title, which means he's going up against a someone we don't know yet. A former World Heavyweight Champion is all we've been told. So Dominic wants to know who it might be. And we would see General Manager Adam Pearce angry saying, well, guess what? It's going to be Damian Priest. And oh my goodness, we will see Dirty Dominic Mysterio go one-on-one with Damian Priest. And Finn Balor would warn Dirty Dominic Mysterio about how powerful and why he needs to worry about Damian Priest. But we would see Dirty Dominic Mysterio be like, what, you don't believe in me, guys? Come on. But Liv Morgan and the crew would say, no, we believe in you. Carlito saying, I do. After general manager left and made that announcement, Carlito would say, that's not cool. And of course, we would see Finn Balor after this, when Dominic started to question whether or not they believe in him. Dominic would say, don't worry, I'm going to get things done, guys. Don't worry, you don't have to come out there and help me. Finn Balor would walk off, and soon JD McDonough would join him. A kind of cryptic thing backstage, but we'll have to see if Dirty Dominic Mysterio can get things done in his one-on-one match against Damian Priest to prove he deserves a World Heavyweight title shot. And then, guys, what a Monday Night Raw, as we see next up after this as we will have our first match of the evening, guys, and that would be Ludwig Kaiser taking on Sheamus, where Sheamus was definitely able to take care of business and get the victory over Ludwig Kaiser here on this Monday Night Raw. As we know, Sheamus always delivers banger after banger after banger, and this fight night led to Sheamus getting the victory here on Monday Night Raw, the first match here to kick off the show. And next we would see a video promo from Rhea Ripley. Bayley, who would tell Raquel Rodriguez that she thinks she's so good with her having her way and reason to come back and beat her down, when Rhea's always had a reason to fight back against her and Liv Morgan, and she's going to do everything in her power that she can to get back her Women's World Championship, and that those two will have to kill her in order for her to stop coming after them for that title. And guys, next up after this, we would also see the Usos backstage as they would run into Sami Zayn after Jimmy and Jay worked things out and were able to work together to attack and fend off the Bloodline and Solo Sikoa earlier in the night. And Sami would ask to talk to Jay one-on-one, getting a little tense moment there with Jimmy because he doesn't want to talk to Jimmy. Of course, we know that these two, Sami Zayn and Jimmy, have had some history in the past, but he talks to Jay saying, hey man, why are you doing this? I don't understand it. You need to help me understand why. Are you making this decision? Are you going to go squash beef with Roman? Are you back being buddies and brothers with Jimmy after what they did to you? Do you not remember that? And Jay would go on to say that he thinks Solo Sikoa is doing a lot of bad things and he is worse than what Roman's done. And we would see Sami clap back saying, you know what Roman has done to you, man. You know what Jimmy has done to you, man. I just don't understand, you know? And Jay would say, of course you don't understand because you're not family, Oos. And this would hit Sami Zayn hard, really in the heartstrings here, as Jay had to tell him and try to just say the reason why he's doing what he's doing, even though Sami can't understand. And then next up after this, guys, once we see this confrontation between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, after this we would see a video promo from the World Heavyweight Champion, and Gunther would call out Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE Champion, saying the American Nightmare keeps getting way too many people involved in his personal business and in his business affairs, which now he has pulled in Randy Orton, which now Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser will team up to take on Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes on Friday Night SmackDown, as Gunther asks Cody Rhodes to ask Randy Orton what's it like to be choked out from the World Heavyweight Champion, calling Cody Rhodes a gutless champion, saying that he's a secondary champion, and they will find out at WWE's Crown Jewel when it will be the best of the best, going one-on-one, as we will see champion versus champion to determine the first ever Crown Jewel champion with the beautiful championship belt. Man, what a big promo and a big statement from the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. And then next match of the night, we would see Zelina Vega going one-on-one with Ivy Nile of American Made, as Zelina Vega is the first ever women member of the LWO, and she would put up a good fight in this one, but it would be Ivy Nile that would get the victory in this one after a couple of sideline distractions from the Creed brothers of American Made and also the rest of the LWO members at ringside for Zelina Vega. Ivy Nivels would get the victory in this one, an impressive victory over Zelina Vega. And then next backstage, we see Jimmy packing up his bag, and Jay would come up and talk to him, and Jimmy would ask how the talk went with Sami, saying that he told him that he wasn't family, and Jimmy would respond saying, well, he isn't. And Jay would take offense to this, saying, hey, when you were gone, he stepped up, man, and he was there for me, so back off. And of course, Jim would say, all right, well, how about you let me just go talk to Sami, which Jay did not like, thinking that this was a bad idea. But we would see Jimmy say, hey, let me go ahead and handle it and just do it. We'll just talk, man. And he would go ahead and get his bag and go try to talk to Sami Zayn. And then next up after this, guys, we would see Seth freaking Rollins, as he would come out to the middle of the ring to get the crowd to say, welcome to Monday Night Rollins, as he's ready for his match against Bronson Reed at WWE Crown Jewel this weekend, and these two have been beating the living hell out of each other. So, as it turns out, we would see Bronson Reed interrupt Seth Rollins in the middle of the ring, doing a little video screen promo there, well, actually just on the video screen, as he's actually in the parking lot, saying that he told General Manager Adam Pearce that he wouldn't fight him again after the chaos that these two have caused the last 2 weeks. But he says, if you want a piece of me though, you can come fight me out in the parking lot. And of course, Seth Rollins would oblige, saying, you wait right there, big boy. And these two would douche it out and fight it out in the parking lot, with Seth Rollins delivering a stomp on top of a car hood on Bronson Reed's head. But we would see Reed clap right back, and he puts Seth Rollins threw a bunch of tables off of a freaking truck, a loader bay there, a tractor trailer, semi-truck loader, if you will, that carries a bunch of stuff into a bunch of tables. Wow, Seth Rollins had to be taken to a local hospital for medical evaluation after this on his back, and now he might go in less than 100% against Bronson Reed at WWE's Crown Jewel. What a statement made from Reed right here on this Monday Night Raw. And then next up after this, guys, we would see after these two beat the living heck out of each other, we would see a unique sort of meetup as R-Truth was meet up with the Alpha Academy with Otis and Tozawa, and also we would see the lovely lady manager there before The Miz would come up and interrupt, begging for forgiveness to R-Truth, and R-Truth would ask Alpha Academy to go ahead and move to their separate ways as he handles what's going on with Miz, and as it looks like he's going to forgive him, R-Truth would slap the taste out of Miz's mouth, and man, that was a way to see R-Truth look at the Miz and tell him, guess what, you on your own against the Wyatt Six, and good luck, cause you did. Ha ha! What a mixed statement made from R-Truth here at this one. And then we see our next match of the night, which would be a triple threat tag team match, and this would be for the #1 contendership for the World Tag Titles, and we'll find out who will be the #1 contenders as we'll see the War Raiders taking on the New Day, also taking on the team of Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee of LWO. And guys, this would be an amazing match from these three, and we would see that the New Day would actually be on top, looking like they would probably win it, but unfortunately LWO would counter them, and after that counter we would see an unfortunate Chad Gable incident as he would come out of nowhere to really cost Rey. The unfortunate incident is the LWO gets cost this unfortunate one #1 contenders championship match here after Chad Gable attacks Rey Mysterio of the LWO, and the War Raiders take advantage to get the victory, and now War Raiders are your #1 contenders for the world title, or the world titles, man, tag titles. Oh my goodness, guys, what a Monday Night Raw here after that. And then we would see next up after this, guys, after this amazing match, we would see Jimmy and Jay meet up after Jimmy had been looking for Sami Zayn to talk to him for a while, but as it looks off in the distance as the camera zooms in, Sami Zayn is talking to Solo Sikoa in the parking lot. This was not to be expected as Jay shows up, and that's what both of them end up seeing at the same time here. A tough thing to see for both of these Uso brothers. And then next backstage, we see Mike, The Miz, talking to General Manager Adam Pearce about trying to get some protection and some security, and he thinks he deserves this being a 2-time Grand Slam champion, but leave it up to him to be laughing right in Miz's face as General Manager Adam Pearce says, well, speaking of Final Testament, and Karrion Kross and Final Testament with AOP would be right behind him in this one, and we would see these two really get angry with each other, and we would see Karrion Kross ask The Miz, what's your plan there, guy? And The Miz would say, okay, if we see the Wyatt Six, we run away. And no, Karrion Kross obviously did not like this plan, saying that he's got a better idea and a better plan for them to follow, and that he better come with them before he breaks his legs. And now we'll have to wait till next week to find out what's going to happen with The Miz and Karrion Kross and the Wyatt Six. And then next up after this, guys, we would have our main event match of the evening, as we would see Damian Priest going one-on-one with Dominic Mysterio, and man, what an amazing back and forth match as Dominic really shows off his stuff in this match, but Damian Priest looks like he's about to finish the match off, but of course, we would see the Judgment Day get involved as Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez were already at ringside, but JD McDonough and Carlito would come out to try to help out Dominic Mysterio by beating up Damian Priest, but Damian Priest would counter right back, beating the living heck out of both of these two guys until Dominic Mysterio gets the roll-up 1-2-3 victory and the upset win over Damian Priest in this matchup here in the main event. fan of Monday Night Raw, but Damian Priest would have the last laugh as he beats down every single member of the Judgment Day that was there. JD McDonough, Carlito, and Dirty Dominic Mysterio would get a couple of choke slams from the heavens as Damian Priest makes a huge statement to end this Monday Night Raw. And this has been your WWE show review from Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and thank you guys for checking out this sports entertainment channel, Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate you guys. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much for checking out the show. I really appreciate you guys. Please leave some comments in the channel to let me know what you think. I'd really like your feedback on this, and please make sure you like and subscribe and check out more from Tim Reynolds Show, as I'm doing WWE show reviews after every Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, also NASCAR race reviews, and also much college football and NFL football news and updates all throughout the season, including live play-by-plays of my Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on every single game this season. Thank you guys so much for checking out Tim Reynolds Show. Please let me know what you guys think. Love your guys' feedback. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.